forward the link and all that good stuff.
What? Yeah. You already been? It's not that far away then? Oh.
Hey everybody, we are getting ready, getting set up. We're getting everything going. So give us just a few. That's why we went a little bit early, just to kind of get everything going and all that goodness. So we're gonna see what happens here. Sorry, you can't even see my face. Sorry. Still setting up. Dan's talking to somebody outside. I'm not sure who. But let me grab that link and share it on my page. How's everybody doing? Are we good? Are we doing good? Are we doing good? Is it looking good? Can everybody see me? Can you hear me? Is everybody hearing me? I need to see. I don't see any comments, but I saw people pop on. So how's it going? How's it going, everybody? We got 5 or so. We got some likes going on. I don't see any comments. Somebody comment something so I can see what the heck is going on.
This is the pre-show. That's why we're on it like...
Stephanie Cagle.
Is she calling?
She's calling. Okay, why not, right? Hello.
I love you guys.
Hello. How funny. We're just getting set up and getting started.
I know, I got an Unsung Dreamer thing.
Yeah.
I'm watching on your page, Tara, better than Unsung Dreamers.
So what we're doing is trying something new. So everybody's logging on to Unsung Dreamers because we've got a whole cool idea happening over on Unsung Dreamers.
I'm interested in why it's better on her page. Is there a reason it's better on her page?
Just, it's visually better and the sound is clearer.
Really?
It's clearer than Unsung?
Unsung Dreamers, it's blurry.
Ah.
It's like clear.
It'll be different this time because we're not using the audio like we did before. So it should have the same sound that Tara's personal page did last week.
Right.
You might try it and see if it sounds different. Or did you already try it yet?
I love you.
Love you too.
For like, I don't know how long. I'm not even in phase 1.
Hey, we've got I'll tell you what, we got a lot of stuff happening tonight, so we will just stay on, go on Unsung Dreamers.
Or do you want to be on the show tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
We might send you a link in your. Yeah, we kind of are trying some new stuff to where we can bring some guests in. So we might send you a link in your messenger, and then there'll be a button to copy that link, paste it in your.
Hi, Dad.
Paste it in your browser, and then it'll show you like you can join. And then when you join, you'll be what they call backstage, which means you won't be on the show yet until we click to you and bring you on. Does that make sense?
Oh, gotcha.
So we'll send it in Messenger though, and that way you can click on it and go from there. And
yeah, you've been watching so much, it'd be fun to have you.
Right now for dinner.
Yay!
But I'm getting ready to pour my wine.
All right.
It'll be later.
It'll be later. So yeah, we've got our drinkies going on and everything. So thanks, Tyler. All right, Steph, we will talk to you soon. Okay,
Tyler
we'll have you on the
we
show.
are just doing the pre-show
Love
right
you.
now.
Bye, baby.
This is considered the pre-show. That's why we're on a little bit early. And I might play a little music while we're pre-show. Is everyone good for the pre-show? We're not going to start till 7. Check this out.
Uh-oh. What do you got going on? There you go. Here we go.
Here's my microphone.
Ready?
Yeah, where's that? Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. For the pre-show, can you hear that?
Can you hear it? Everybody can hear it? Sounds good? Oh, yay. Doug Sims says it's working. Yay. Cool. There's the pre-show.
Can you hear the song? Is the song playing? Bev says she doesn't hear it.
Uh-oh.
Stephanie says yes.
Uh-oh. It's going to be bugging me. Hide that one.
Sean Spire says he doesn't hear it.
Uh-oh.
Bev says no.
Huh.
Mom says no.
Well, how can some people hear it and some people can't? I'm going to go listen on mine. I'm going to turn this off. I'll be back.
All right, we're just pre-showing it. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? You just can't hear the music? You might just be hearing it through my headphones, Stephanie, right here. If you can barely hear it. Barely hear the music, but your voice is good. Okay. Let me try one thing here. So you can hear the music a little. Does this help? Music sounds like a car radio. Because that's distorting for me, so I don't know.
It's your headphones we're hearing.
Concert announcement for
We're
Brian
hearing-
Wade, yeah.
We're hearing the headphones.
Tyler, we might text you here in a minute about having you on the show tonight. We think we can have some guests now. If you're interested, we might send you a link to come on the show about that. Music, no. Voice, yes. Okay.
Okay, it's the
Distorted
headphones.
here too. Yeah, something screwy, booty.
Yep. So we can quite possibly.
But that's going to affect our guests.
Yes, it is. So
I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let me think.
because it's not hearing, the live feed is not hearing anything. It's feeding
All
everything.
right, let me try something. What if I do this? Play that again, please. What if I go and do, no.
Bear with us, please. We'll get you. We'll get you.
What does this say right here?
I don't.
Okay, and then,
Output window, virtual 1 and 2, line 5.
oh, I probably can't do it while it's recording. Okay, so what if I do, does that say output?
Virtual 3 and 4.
All right, let us know what that does.
Did that do anything? Can you hear anything? Can you hear music?
Hold on.
Put it in the box. Through your phone. How about now? No?
Let us know if you can hear that music.
Anybody? Anybody? Ba-da-ba-ba-boom. Gonna see what happens here. Sorry, can you please?
Bev just hears clicking. But Bev, you can hear our voice, right? See, we're no music. Okay.
No music. Okay.
That's because we're just talking into this computer.
Right. The mics are not going through, but the computer's going in there, but there's nothing coming out of the speaker for them to hear.
Right.
So what we need to do is play the music somewhere else. But it won't be heard there.
What are we going to do about when we have a guest?
Huh?
What are we going to do about when we have a guest?
Oh. I don't know. Just play the computer. Let the computer pick up a mic.
Stephanie says I can now hear music, but I think that's because
You can probably hear this. Oops.
Maybe
Nope.
you're just
That's
hearing
their
it.
feedback.
It's playing through my headphones. So You can hear that, and it's probably like barely. Music is going good. Okay.
I'm going to go listen again.
Music is playing. I hear it better, but it's your headphones. Not now. It is your headphones. Okay. We're working through this during the pre-show here.
We're going to have to do something different. It's only when you pull off it's only when you pull off your headphones.
Yeah, it's only when I pull the headphones off.
And it's very, very quiet. Any louder, it's going to be like, yeah.
Now nothing. Okay. But now you can hear it, but barely. Okay. Well, I don't know how that's going to affect.
I know, our guest. So we're just going to have to unplug that. Well, he'll be heard through the app.
We think.
He's coming through the same thing we are.
Okay. All right.
So
it's about time to start the show anyway. We're just learning some new softwares and stuff. And we are planning to have a surprise guest or two tonight. And so we just kind of spent a little time on the pre-show. Thank you so much for your feedback and letting us know how things are going. So let me go over here and
it's not recording, so
kind of get that side of things started. You go over here and shut that down.
I'm going to go ahead and go live on my page just to tell a few people to come over here because we got some guests coming in and they might not be able to see or hear them on that other one. So super fun, super fun, super, super, super fun. All right. So I'm going to go over here for a second.
We'll get all that figured out. We wanted to test it out during our pre-show to see if we gotta. It's hard to figure out what lines need to be run.
I know, it's great.
Everything else.
Super fun.
But now that you guys gave us that feedback, it makes sense because feeding it through our Apollo over here doesn't do anything.
No, it just puts it into the recording.
We would have to have that somewhere else.
Yep.
So hopefully the software we're using to have some guests tonight, hopefully their volume will come through. We were just trying something different with the music. So bear with us.
We're crooked and we're going to stop some music. Alrighty then. Woo!
You want to fix that?
Yeah, I do actually. All right, all right, all right, all right.
Dogs are barking.
The dogs are barking. That means somebody's here or something. We need puffier hair. I need something. I don't know.
All right, everyone, are you ready to get started? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Good morning, Vietnam! How are you doing? That's my intro since we're going through this pandemic, through these uncertain times. How many times does they have to say on the damn radio that we're going through uncertain times?
I know.
That during these troubling times, during these uncertain times, I mean, I think we get it. I think we get it.
Yeah, but they have to
Dear
say
Lord, every commercial now on the damn radio is just, oh my gosh, these uncertain times, these uncertain times. Which, you know, I guess in some ways they are these uncertain times. But the way I see it is it's just the times. It's just where we're at. I don't even know if it's considered uncertain anymore, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
I think everybody's pretty certain. I mean, I think we're all pretty certain.
Speaking of a weird fact about Springfield and the surrounding areas, did you guys know that there was an elephant sanctuary in Fordland?
I didn't know that.
Years ago?
I did not know that.
So crazy. I don't know if you caught this story. I mean, it might have gone across some of the Facebook feeds, but yeah, this crazy dude that like used to work in the circus and train elephants eventually like retired and ended up in Fordland, Missouri, and had like elephants down there. He never had more than like 2 or 3 at a time, but I think a total of like, yeah, they were from the circus. And when he knew they were either being treated bad or they just got too old, he took them into this place, and it was actually in Fordland, Missouri, which is only like down the road from us.
So they were like retired elephants from the circus, or
either that,
injured,
or I guess, yeah. And
just
I guess he was considered a pretty crazy dude. Like, I think he was even fronted a band at one time, and Stephanie went there as a kid.
Wow,
So
that's cool.
she totally knows what I'm talking about. And the dude was a little nutty. I guess he was eccentric. He was a little eccentric.
I love my eccentric.
He was the singer of a band for a while and did all kinds of nutty stuff, and everybody knew him as being kind of nutso, but also super cool. And so he closed it down. I mean, it's been closed down for years now, and I think he even passed away several years ago. But it's a pretty wild story that he used to like have an elephant sanctuary.
That's crazy. I love that. You said he didn't have that many at a time, though.
He never had more than 2 or 3.
Oh, but that's like 2 or 3 elephants.
But I guess there's also part of the story is that he sold a couple of elephants to somebody, and then he found out that they were being abused, so he went back and stole them.
Oh, did he?
He stole them back from the guy. Yeah.
Do you have the guy's name?
I do, but I don't have it handy.
Okay, fair enough.
But he stole his elephants back that he sold to somebody that wasn't treating them well. Did you ever wonder where the name Springfield, Missouri comes from?
I certainly have.
You have?
Yes, because I don't know this.
Do you know where it came from?
I do not.
Well, there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories behind where the name Springfield comes from. Some people kind of believe that back in the day when the town was very, very new, there actually was a spring west of town. And just up above that spring, there was a field. And some people think that they thought Springfield is kind of where that come from. There's a lot of people who do not agree with that account.
Well, there's pretty much a Springfield in almost every state.
Yes.
So,
which brings me to what is considered the most common view of how Springfield was named. And the view is that the city was named after Springfield, Massachusetts.
oh, really?
One story is that a man named James Wilson, who lived in the then unnamed city, which is now Springfield.
The then
unnamed city, offered free whiskey to everyone who would vote for naming it after his hometown of Springfield, Massachusetts.
Well, do you think that most of the Springfields that are east of Springfield, Massachusetts are named after that place?
I don't know.
I bet there's some link.
It's amazing what free
link.
whiskey will get you. I'll tell you that right now.
I want to say a side note, super quick. There's about 9 or 10 of you over on my page, and Dan's page is not going right now. I put a link on my page to the Unsung Dreamers link. We're doing some fun, cool stuff on the Unsung Dreamers link in just a little bit. So if the 9 of you would jump over there, it might not be as good a camera quality. I get it. It's awesome. It's fine.
Well, it's new. This week is new. We're doing it on a different setup. Mm-hmm. And so our good friend Stephanie Cagle was kind of complaining that the quality of the Unsung Dreamer page was not as good as our personal pages. But hopefully some of those kinks are worked out a bit. So give it a try. Go over to the Unsung Dreamers Facebook page, because we actually have like more of a show over there, mm-hmm. as opposed to what you guys are watching over here on Tara's feed.
Right.
There might be some things happening, some special guests coming up that you won't be able to see over here, but you could see it over here.
Correct. So those of you that are watching on my page, if you jump over to Unsung Dreamers, you're going to get a better effect. You're going to get a lot more fun, and you're going to be able to hear and see some special guests.
Are there any Springfieldians out there that realize that Timothy McVeigh actually stayed in Springfield for a while?
Oh, God. I didn't know this.
When he was in jail.
Yeah. Oh, really?
It was before he was executed.
At the medical center?
At the medical center.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy McVeigh, I had no idea that he was at the Springfield Medical Center prison, which is actually just down the road from us. Funny story about that Springfield Medical Prison. You know, one of the big stories behind that is back in the Great Depression, Springfield was kind of known as a city that was thriving while the entire rest of the country was falling apart.
Really?
And one of the main things they attribute that to was the building of, the construction of the medical center prison right here in Springfield, Missouri.
Really?
Because it's a huge place. So you can imagine back when Springfield was a much smaller town back in the 1920s and 30s, that big of a building actually employed a lot of people to get it built. And so we actually weren't doing too bad economically because of the mental hospital prison we have right here in town. And I had no idea Timothy McVeigh stayed there for a while before he was executed. Some bitch.
See ya. Yep, you can go fuck off.
I have been to the memorial down in Oklahoma City, and it is a sight to see.
It's amazing.
It is really cool. One thing they have there is this tree, and it's like, I forget, it's got a name, because what's crazy about it is it was just right across the street from the bombing, and the tree survived, and it's still there. Yes, there was many celebrities there, including John Gotti, of course. Some of you might know that. And Ramsey Youssef.
Oh.
Do you know who that was?
I was listening to a podcast just the other day, and I heard that name.
John Gotti died in Springfield.
He did?
Yes, he did. Ramsey Youssef was the guy that actually bombed the World Trade Center back in 1993.
The first time.
Way before the one that we know about. There was a smaller incident there. Smaller. I say small.
Well, it didn't take the buildings down.
But
it didn't take them down.
It was bombed, and that motherfucker stayed in Springfield as well for a while, including Robert Franklin Stroud, who some of you may know who that was. My mom just got ahead of me.
Ah, really?
He was the Birdman of Alcatraz.
Crap.
You are correct. Ding, 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 ding. Get her a shirt.
Get her a shirt. She gets a free shirt.
You want a free shirt.
Yep.
Crazy things. What?
We have someone backstage, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right at the top of the show, I think we are kind of ready to just jump right in. We have a surprise guest. Don't bring him in yet.
Okay.
We have a surprise guest that we're going to bring on the show right now.
So those of you over here, Joe, Dillstrom, Allie, go over to Unsung Dreamers, because otherwise you're not going to see or hear this.
Yeah, anybody on Tara's live feed is not going to be able to be a part of this awesome scenario we're about to have happen. And we got to get this going because he's got some stuff happening tonight at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Please
welcome to the Unsung Live Chat, the one, the only, Justin Larkin.
Hey, everybody.
There
Can you hear me?
Can everybody hear him?
Can you hear me?
I got you.
Sweet.
Give him some V.
Give him some V right
Checkity check. Checkity check.
There we go. Heck yeah.
All right. Justin Larkin, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I've been trying to set up this streaming stuff myself today.
Yes.
It's definitely a new animal.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. We've been working on it the last 2 hours trying to figure out what does what.
This is totally brand new for us. So I'm going to say one more time. Anybody on mine? Oh, and nobody's on mine. Cool. They all came over here to Unsung Dreamers. Awesome. So yay.
Woo!
So what? Oh my gosh, Dan.
So Justin,
good stuff going on
we won't keep you super long because we also want to tell everyone that you've got a live stream starting at 8 o'clock tonight. Is that going to be on your personal page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been working on today.
Fantastic.
Playing some live music over there on your page. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've been wrestling with some new programs. I've figured out how to do straight into through my interface, so I'm actually able to do pro sounding audio now.
Nice.
Yes.
Yay.
And I've got 3 cameras that I'm using. And I've never done this before, so I'm still trying to figure it all out. But I've been working pretty hard at it the last couple of days, so I'm excited to let it out and see what's going on.
We're still stumbling through a couple audio, video, technical issues over here as well. It's like we're all learning.
Totally.
Yeah, it is trial by fire.
You know what? That's the one positive thing that's coming from all of this craziness is that we're all learning how to do this. I mean, isn't it fun? I mean, I didn't even know what Zoom was until like 3 weeks ago or something. I don't know.
That's about exactly whenever I found out about it. because I didn't know it existed.
No idea. No idea. So you've got a cool thing going on besides your live streams that you've been doing. A lot of the musicians in town have been doing.
Yes, just to say it again, Justin's going live at 8 p.m. on his.
So if you want to jump over there, we get it.
Jump over there. It's going to be great. One of the reasons why I really wanted you to come on tonight to our show, though, is for a different reason. Because I caught a little clip of you the other day talking about this new thing that you're doing, which I think is absolutely effing brilliant. I'm assuming you're still doing it, so hopefully I'm not going to promote something you want to shut down, but I wouldn't think so. You are actually writing songs now for people who just want to basically have you write them a song. Tell us what the heck is going on with that thing.
Well, it started out with just a stream of conscious thought where I was like, what if I start, because Samantha, my partner, she's an artist and she does commissions and stuff. And I was like, well, what if I did that with what I do? And I started thinking about ways that I could commission songs for people. And I just, dipped a toe in and put something on Facebook, and it received an overwhelming response. And I got quite a few commissions out of that's definitely been keeping me busy. It's new for me. I've written a song for someone else. I've only done 3 so far, but I'm still, I've got like 4 that I've got half done, and I'm just trying to get to it as soon as I can. You don't want to force it. You want it to be everything that they want it to be.
Right.
But it's definitely been a lot of different types of songs too. Like one of them is like a ballad, sort of a acoustic thing. One of them ended up being like a stoner metal song. The new one's going to be like a blues song. Working on another one that's like funky. It's all across the board, whatever they want me to write about, I'll try my best.
And it's such a great idea because, as many people know, and if they don't, we can tell them right now, you were very, very full-time, like, musician. I mean, some people.
You're living. You're full-on living.
I mean,
right?
It was not a side hustle for you. It was absolutely every way that you made money. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. I had a little part-time job as a server, like during the down season last winter, but that was it. And
and so this
that didn't last long.
This could actually become a really, I mean, you got to be a good songwriter like you are. Like I think
it means a lot for me, man.
I'm being serious. There's a lot of people who probably have written songs or are involved in music. It might not be quite as easy for them, and I'm not saying it's easy for you because, like you say, sometimes it takes over a week, couple of weeks to get something figured out because you want it to be right. However, it is a awesome way for you to maybe supplement not being able to play gigs right now, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's hard to compare the two because I find myself having trouble like deciding how much to charge for each particular song. Right. Because I play all the instruments on them, and like it might take me a day to get a drum track right, and that's like a week I'll spend on one thing. Whereas like one gig I'd make more than I'd make. So it's definitely different.
Sure.
But at the same time, like it's challenging me in new ways. It's making me become a stronger songwriter because I'm definitely out of my comfort zone, and because I'm used to writing about my perception, how I feel about the world, like all these things, and I'm writing songs for other people from their perspectives, and it's definitely a palate cleanser.
Yeah,
one could say, in between like me, like because I used to be like when I'd write a song, I would be like I wanted to take something that I was feeling and put it somewhere where I could analyze it without having to feel it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like other people could do the same, and now it's like it's just different. It's totally different. And
it is weird because even though it's not necessarily what you're feeling or it wasn't your idea because it's the idea of your clients now, you still, I would imagine, get engaged. Like now you are attached to it because you're literally writing the song. So there's a different way that you are attached to the music or the lyrics or the melody or anything, I would guess. Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
I try to put my stamp on it for sure.
How has your response been for the 3 that you've gotten done?
they've really liked it. I haven't quite finished the third one yet, so they don't have the final track yet. But the first two, they both really enjoyed it.
This is the making of a fantastic record. You know, you're gonna be able to do volume 1, volume 2.
Yeah,
it's gonna blow.
We'll see.
It's gonna blow.
I want to see how many different styles too, because I asked them like what kind of style they want, if they want like a hard rock thing, or because I don't know. There's some things I haven't tried yet, but I've always kind of wanted to have like a song in every genre, just to have, you know, because I listen to every genre. So I want to represent each side of my palette.
You're recording them like a full band style recording that they get at the end of the process. I mean, if that's what they want.
Yeah, if that's what they want, because I have all the like here's right now like
show us.
I've got like this,
wow.
And I got some toys.
Yeah,
there's the drum set. Yeah, and the bass isn't in here right now, but I've got that too. So I've got and a keyboard over here. It's a table right now, but I've got some stuff to make like full band songs, and it helps me to get better at all these instruments that aren't my primary instrument, which is helpful to me just becoming more proficient at different avenues of music. So it's fun.
That's awesome. Here's I know you got to go because you're gonna start stressing like we were 30 minutes ago, getting ready for the live stream.
It's coming on.
Here's what I'd like to try to do really, really quick though, is right here live on this video, we want to hire you and be your next commission.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so let's go through the process if you don't mind. How much is it going to cost us?
Well, you know, that's something that I've been debating, because it kind of depends on like if you would want a full band song, or if you just, because I had one where it was just an acoustic guitar and vocal, so I could just do that like live.
So
of course, I'm a perfectionist.
Itemizing things like a real business,
like a menu. Like you have a menu.
Yeah. There's different tiers for sure. You made a ballad with that, like a horn section on the side.
Or a salad or a ballad, either one.
Yeah. Would you like a ballad with that?
Nice.
That makes sense. Okay, so we're thinking like it doesn't have to be full band, like more of Tara doesn't even know what I'm getting ready to say, but I've already got some ideas.
I don't.
Here's what I'm thinking about having Justin write for us. And I'm thinking more of the Jason Isbell kind of maybe a folk thing where maybe
speaking my language already.
Yeah, maybe there's
my favorite.
Some percussion, and maybe there's some moody bass stuff, but it doesn't have to be like a full-blown band. It can kind of be more of a low-key, thought-provoking type of a song, you know, like that beautiful kind of melody, that kind of stuff, right? So Tara doesn't even have any idea what I'm talking about right now, but here's what I think he should write.
Okay.
I think he should write the song about Kathy saying that she should have been on stage New Year's Eve.
Oh, dude.
Hurry up, because he's got to get ready for
real quick,
his live stream.
One of my best friends, she was in my band with me for 3 or 4 years, and she passed away from breast cancer. And about a month, a month before, I can't remember how long it was before she was going through chemo and all that crap. And she was telling me on the phone the last time I talked to her, she said, here comes New Year's Eve, and I should be on stage. I should be on stage for New Year's Eve. And she died on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
So.
And one of her last things she told Tara was, I should have been on stage. And I think there's something about the chorus that could be like, I should be on stage, or I should have been on stage, or something about no matter what's going on in life, I should be on stage. That's where I belong. That's where I'm home. That's where I think it would be awesome, is on stage. And she was saying that when she was in no shape to be on stage. Mm-mm. She was already very obviously at the end of her fight, but she still said, I should be on stage.
I said 2 or 3 weeks. I think it was that freaking day.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It was that freaking day.
I thought she said it the night before she passed away. Yes.
Then it was that night.
I should have been on stage tonight.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
So it's a little heavy for you.
But
no, that's beautiful. Like that's a beautiful concept to work with. That's a really, I relate to that. Always wanting to be on stage myself, and wow, like it is heavy, and that's that's what you mine from with this stuff.
Yeah.
Is that realness, and I thrive on that. That's yeah, I'd love to write a song about that.
Awesome. We realize we're going to be in line, and that's fine.
we'll wait. No, even
We've already got people making comments that they would maybe even
they pay for that. Yeah.
So if you want to deal with the money privately, that's fine. Venmo, just for people to know, Venmo is an app. If you're not hip with the teens these days, it's a way that you can send people money, and that's how you work. You do Venmo and you do PayPal. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I also have Cash App now.
Cash App, okay.
Okay, all the same kinds of things where you can talk to Justin through messaging you, I assume.
Justin Larkin Music?
Justin Larkin Music.
Okay.
Yeah. Justin Larkin Music, or just my page is fine too.
Yeah. Message him, and then you can figure out how to pay him without even having to be within 6 feet of him. You can just send him money through your phone, and that's what we're going to do. And later, maybe we'll get together and message back and forth on what this will cost us, because we are serious and we want to do it and we want to get in line.
That would be freaking amazing, and you can expect tears no matter what you come up with. I know you.
I would love to do that. I'm excited to work on it.
You're hired.
Awesome.
We'll get with you with a little more details if you need it.
So we're going to do it. And if anybody out there is listening, you should do the same thing. You should call this guy. And this is a great idea. I mean, I just get chills thinking about that you've come up with this. And I've just never really seen it done, especially locally. And I think it's just fantastic. The songs can be totally fun and goofy and playful.
Right.
Or they could be a serious bluesy song, or I heard you mentioning a narrative, kind of a story narrative that a guy was wanting you to write about something. And it's just really cool that you're willing to just take on any of those ideas. And so kudos, man, big time to you. I think it's a fantastic thing.
Totally. Awesome. And you have a good show tonight. If you guys want to leave and go watch his show, that's fine. We're going to be on until about 8:30 or so, but go watch his if you want to, because
Justin Larkin starts at 8 o'clock tonight. And also, all of our live videos are obviously being recorded, so you can always go back and watch them later.
Always see him later. But there he is. There he is. Everybody on my page over here, please go over to Unsung Dreamers. It's a better experience. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you.
Okay, so we'll get together on the details, bud, and we'll let you go so you can get you ready for your show. And,
awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we love it.
Bye, Justin. Thanks for being here.
See you later, guys.
Yay, Justin Larkin. Woo-hoo. How fun was that?
Justin Larkin in the house. Yeah.
Justin Larkin.
I surprised you.
You did surprise me. Almost made me cry, and you do that a lot, though, in good ways. So I'm just sitting here holding my version of the live feed right now, because I'd rather everybody come over to Unsung Dreamers, because there's a lot more fun stuff going on over here. And this one's a little jumpy and wacky and all that goodness. So yeah, so that was fun. Justin Larkin, wow.
Okay, and part of that, if Doug Sims is still on here, part of having Justin Larkin on tonight was to answer a question that Doug Sims kind of threw at me on Facebook, which was somewhere in the neighborhood of like, do we have any thoughts, or have we... we've only got one cleavage clam.
Sorry, cleavage clam? What the hell are you talking about? I'm dropping my phone.
We only got one cleavage clam tonight, Jay. Sorry.
Sorry, Jay.
Doug Sims is still here. So he had said something to me about...
Right there.
Like,
there's your cleavage cam, Jay. Better? Is that better? All right. Sorry.
Have I noticed, or do I have any thoughts about people doing some things musically that have been specifically kind of, I don't know, happening because of this,
yes,
this entire thing? And my answer is absolutely yes, which I told him that on Facebook, because Justin Larkin is a perfect example of one of the things I'm referring to, which is that now he's kind of creating a completely different way to approach his music by writing songs for other people, willing to hire him and do, commissions on his songwriting, which is fantastic, which is why I was excited to go ahead and be one of his next clients, which we just did.
We just became a client. You surprised me, too.
And that is definitely a direct difference and change and something unique and special that has completely come from the COVID-19 pandemic and the issues we're all having with that. And I thought that was a really, really fantastic approach. I did see, it's not, this is happening all over the place, but I did actually catch a particular interview with Bon Jovi on the Howard Stern show. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that interview yet, but he has also just finished a song that he wrote that is directly inspired by this whole situation that is going to be recorded and put on a record here soon. And man, that guy is a freaking great guy. If you are someone who doesn't like Bon Jovi, then you're just an asshole.
You can't be my friend. No more.
I'm not saying I'm not.
You don't have to just love his music
for
or anything,
sure,
but
man.
whatever.
I'm not saying
I'm being.
He's like, oh, maybe he's not like cool enough or that he's a legend or something like this. But I'm telling you, that dude is fucking great. And he has just done a hell of a job at living his life. And I'll tell you what, he was talking on the Howard Stern show about this. He's got the Soul Kitchen. I think it's called the Soul Kitchen, which is a restaurant that John Bon Jovi owns. And it's specifically for feeding, people that can't afford to eat. And the restaurant is still closed down, kind of like all other restaurants, but they're still doing all the takeout and curbside and things like that. And I don't know how they determine that you're eligible to eat there, but
because you're a dick if you can afford it somewhere else.
There's a chain of them.
Oh, really?
I did not know that, so thank you. But anyway, John's talking about he's been washing dishes now at the restaurant for 5 days a week. Every single week since this pandemic has hit, fucking John Bon Jovi is down there scrubbing pots, washing dishes, and that's the real deal, man.
And he's from my home state.
Well, yes.
New Jersey. I was born in Jersey.
That guy's doing it, and he's a straight up real dude. You come bring the family for dinner.
Yep. And he'll take care of it. Doesn't he like
and he'll help out in the kitchen to pay.
That's awesome.
It's just incredible, and I just think that guy is really fantastic. And
Hi, Doug.
I think he's one of the more underrated celebrity / musicians of the entire music scene.
Think about it, though.
Not many people talk much about him.
Something you were saying too.
I think he's a cool dude.
Earlier is that he's one of the most famous people ever, and there's hardly any controversy.
Yes.
Ever. Well, none. Has there ever been a controversy?
He's been with the same girl since they were in high school, and there's never been a bunch of controversy. He's never been a big slut bag like most of them. It's pretty awesome, man.
Which, are we saying there's something wrong with being a slut bag? We don't judge on this show.
It's okay if you're a slut bag.
It's okay if you're a slut
bag. It's fine.
Male or female.
I might not talk and brag about you as much if you're a slut bag.
Right.
But anyway,
that's funny.
I thought it was cool, and I only wanted to bring that point up because of the Doug Sims comment today asking if I've noticed anything happening in music that has been directed. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is hot,
Stephanie.
That's
the thing that I'm the most shocked about is of all the guys from the 80s rock scene, all of them.
The hottest.
He is by far the hottest. You can't, I know that girls like to kind of be, what do they call them? Groupies for these.
What do they call them? You're asking that question. Oh, what do they call them?
Hey, you were a Bret Michaels groupie at one time.
I wouldn't call myself a groupie.
She was a Bret Michaels groupie at one time. A goopie.
She was not a groupie. I was not a groupie.
You were.
I hung out with him after a show, but I was not a groupie.
You did a little more than hang out with him.
Didn't do that much, though. Save that for another podcast.
You had kisses.
Yeah, I know. And he sang me this fucking song before it was recorded. Yes.
Oh yeah, and what song did he sing you?
Something to Believe in.
Yeah.
In
like,
my
here's a new
car.
song I'm working on, and I want to play it for you.
Yep.
Man, he tried hard and still didn't get it.
Nope. He didn't even try. He didn't even try.
Didn't even try because he's a sweetheart. But guess what? He's not half as hot as John Bon Jovi.
No, he's not.
He's a goofy-looking bastard with a whole bunch of blood issues.
Oh,
anyway,
that's right.
listen.
I wish him well.
I know the girls like all the being the groupies of these rock bands, but I mean, Tommy Lee's just a big old tall goofy fuck. John Bon Jovi was like, I was attracted to John Bon Jovi.
And you're not even that way, you know?
Stephanie was a Machine Gun Symphony groupie.
Oh, yay, Stephanie!
She said wannabe groupie.
Oh, wannabe.
Oh, you could have been a full
Could have
fledged
easily
groupie,
been.
Stephanie. Not that entailed much, except
No.
going home to take care of our kids. If you would have offered to babysit for us, maybe you could
Crazy.
groupie.
So crazy, so crazy. So I just want to say over here, Doug Fuller's over here talking to us. He's got to go mow, but hi, how you doing? Good to see you. We've got the main podcast going over on Unsung Dreamers. It's like a really cool new idea. So Doug, if you're done mowing and we're still on, go to Unsung Dreamers instead of my page. It'll be way better.
Tommy Lee has a big wiener.
Right.
I get it.
Really?
I get it, but come on. There's more to life than that. I would take John Bon Jovi's potential small wiener any day over Tommy Lee's big one. If it were me.
Well, you don't even know what John Bon Jovi has. He might have something as big or better.
He might be hung like a horse.
Right.
But I can't imagine him being that perfect of a man.
Right. Your voice would have been awful.
Your voice would have been awful.
Stephanie. Excuse me. Sorry.
Jared Isaac's over here. We have a little bit more of a show happening on Unsung Dreamers. We're doing a little
It's like
different
super
tonight.
cool. It's
Doing
like
a little
super
different.
cool. Jason West, if you want to bop over to Unsung Dreamers. The only reason I have mine up in here is because we had a lot of people on here last week on mine. And Unsung Dreamers, we've got it. I think the weird crap figured out, and there's like a cool show going on over here on Unsung Dreamers. We had a guest earlier. We might have another guest. Not in the studio because we're social distancing.
We are going to have another guest, and we're going to pick it out of a hat right now. All right, so have you sent her a link?
I have not.
Oh, wait, I'm picking it out of a hat because I totally have no idea who it's going to be.
Hang on. So pick that out of the hat real quick, and I gotta go over here real quick.
Okay, so we're going to have another guest on the show, and I'm going to pick it out of my hat, and then it'll take a second to find out who it's gonna be.
Ready, go.
Wait,
get a piece of paper.
Here's my hat.
Oh, wait.
And I'm digging through all the names. Oh, there's...
wait. Oh, look, one of them fell. One of those names fell.
It must be Destiny.
What does it say, Dan?
Should I tell everyone or just wait?
I don't know. Well, you've picked the name. I don't know.
Let's see if Stephanie Cagle wants to join us.
Oh, Stephanie Cagle, want to join us on the show. See if she can figure out how to do that.
Stephanie Cagle, you want to join us?
Get it.
You want to join us? This is actually, I made a joke about pulling it out of my hat, but this is actually pretty spontaneous.
It is.
We did not really talk much to her before we started tonight.
And earlier she video called on my phone and we kind of had her on. I don't know if it's probably on here. We went live. Yeah, so it's on the very beginning if you want to go back and look at that.
So Stephanie Cagle, jump on that link we just sent you and get backstage.
You'll see follow the directions. Just copy that link, put it in your browser, whatever you're using. You might lose our feed, but you can come back to it later.
We will see what sunny Florida is looking like about right now.
Right. I want to know. Oh, that's funny. Over on my page, Doug Fuller's, should I say that? I'm going to say it. He says, I used to tell girls, I know it's not that big, but I can put 260 pounds behind it.
Okay.
Oh, I think she's there.
I think we have a guest backstage.
Oh my God, let's do this again.
Let's check and
Let's
see.
check. All of you on my page, you're missing out. Go to Unsung Dreamers. Click over on the Unsung Dreamers.
Go to Unsung Dreamers. You can see what we're doing over here.
Love you bunches. But
let's check in with our correspondent down in Florida.
In Broward County.
3 hours away.
Here we go. Let's see. What's going on?
Oh, there she is.
You are. Hi.
That was hard to make that shit work.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Hello, my friend.
Yay, hi. How's everything in Florida?
I'm still not allowed to have friends
Right.
because I am in Broward County,
Yes.
Palm Beach, Miami-Dade.
I watched your video a little bit the other day where you were talking about like a bunch of Florida is allowed to go to work, but you actually are in a weird spot where you're not yet. Is that correct?
Well, actually, the whole state of Florida has opened up except for Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty much from like Jupiter all the way down to Miami, the Keys, all of that. That's where I live. So none of us, we're not even in phase 1. I'm in phase 0. I was a bad girl. I'm still getting punished. I can't even.
This is all.
I have to go, when I go to the store, I have to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Still do your 6 feet distancing. It kind of sucks.
But you know, it's the safe way to go, right? You got to play it safe.
It is the safest way to go.
Yeah.
We are a hub from New York. Everything. Sorry, I'm cooking, guys.
Hey, that's cool.
New York, New Jersey. You know, we had all the cruise ships come in here. We took all the COVID patients off of all the cruise ships coming in from everywhere. Yeah. So we are still, quote unquote, a hot spot.
Right.
Oh,
that makes
I got
sense.
you.
That makes sense.
I got you.
We still have over 2,000 cases.
Because of the Miami factor?
I'm also a port for all the
as far as the cruise ships are concerned.
Well, I'm 20 minutes from Miami.
Right.
You'll find that out when you guys bring the.
Yes.
When we bring Gucci.
We're coming to see it. I actually know.
it.
I know exactly where Jupiter is because, strangely, I did cabinet work in Jupiter.
Oh, well, maybe you need to do some cabinet work when you come here. I need an outside kitchen.
I worked in that subdivision where all the famous people live, like Tiger Woods and all that up there in Jupiter.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. I did some cabinets.
I know exactly what you're talking.
Yeah, I did some cabinets in that subdivision, which is strange.
Very strange.
I got hired from Springfield to do cabinets in Jupiter.
You know, that's not strange because you're talented.
Oh, now, thank you.
That guy.
I'm telling you.
The reason
I love
why.
y'all.
Thank you. And the
You
reason why
guys
we
make
wanted to.
my quarantine even better.
Yay!
I miss Springfield so much. I miss it. I miss my music family and all of this live going on, doing once a week.
Yeah.
My poor boyfriend, he knows. Don't think about Stephanie.
That actually has to do with
a friend.
a question I was going to ask that you sort of already answered. But the reason why we wanted to have you on is because you have totally expressed openly how much the Springfield music scene, the Springfield musicians, has been something that's actually been a very relevant thing for you in the last 6 weeks. I've seen you express it. And we've seen your comments, and that's why we wanted to call you and have you on tonight, because even though you're all the way down in Miami, Florida, basically.
Actually, I'm in North Lauderdale. Let's get that straight.
Okay, all right, sorry.
Broward County.
There's a thing that
Broward County.
Okay.
Don't mess with that.
Even though you're 23 hours away, you still kind of almost depend on seeing some of your Springfield musicians posting this stuff. Is that correct?
Oh, it gets me through it.
Yay.
I mean, you guys, that's the one thing that I missed when I moved away was the live music.
Yeah.
You know, I could go out at any time and see y'all play. I moved away and I don't get that anymore.
Right.
And I'm very fortunate because I have one of the best harmonica players that lives in my area.
Right.
Clay. He played with Norman Jackson.
Oh.
He lived here.
Wow.
Speaking
I've
of
had the
Norman,
pleasure.
oh
He
my gosh,
was
his
here.
memorial was tonight. His
I
memorial was
know.
earlier tonight.
The first time I met Clay, he had a shirt on that was from Camp Barnabas.
Huh.
I
Ah.
said, how'd you get that? He said, I was in Springfield. I said, oh, Lord Jesus. The music world is blessing me.
That is
But
awesome.
you guys all make me happy
Yay.
when you do this from your front living rooms, your studio. I mean, you two, I'm sorry, but y'all stuck with me.
Yay.
Awesome.
Kimmy and Jamie and Chris, everybody is rocking this shit out of their houses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe it's something y'all should continue to do, even if you just do it once a month.
I agree. And you know what's fun is even if when things open back up, there's still a way to tip everybody online now. And I think that's a fantastic thing that's come of this because
Very good point, Tara.
Because I think that even if you go see their live show and you may have paid their cover, or maybe it's one of those places that doesn't have a cover charge, if you go and you just like what they do and they have a Venmo or a PayPal or Cash App, then you just drop a buck or two, whatever.
It's like the tip bucket.
Yes, exactly. And like
It's
we
like the
always
tip bucket when I want you to play a song.
Yeah. And request something, whatever, you know, and we always hawk our Patreon page and all that stuff where people can
I
donate.
see boobies.
Yeah.
We got the booby cam now.
Sorry. That's true. But so I think after this is all over, I think keeping this streaming stuff, especially for folks like you that used to be here, that love all of us and we love you, and that way we can connect from far away. I just had a birthday Zoom meeting with my little nephew who turned 6. So it was amazing. It's just awesome. And why not just keep doing that, right?
Exactly. I mean, my grandson is 4 months old.
Aw.
I seen him when he was born, but I was supposed to be back there last month.
Oh.
I can't go back.
You can't go back.
Yeah, you will be able to soon.
Yeah.
I will.
Soon.
That's how I know. But you guys are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing because honestly, I'm not the only one that lives this far away that relies on you guys.
Oh, how sweet. Very nice. Very nice of you to say.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. And thank you for your years of support for Stephanie.
I know if I could have been a Machine Gun Symphony groupie, I would have. But when you left, I was out.
Oh, is Jay still here? Is Jay still on?
I think he said earlier she still can be.
All right, she can be. Yeah, that's true.
No. I got a man now.
Oh, yeah,
right.
That's true. Yeah, but that's what I was saying is Machine Gun groupies were more like, if you could take care of our kids, that's kind of hot.
That was early Machine Gun, wasn't it? Yeah.
We didn't have those kinds of
Bring him
groupies.
to Florida. I'll just give him an Uber and let him go.
That's funny. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us. This was fun.
All right, love you guys.
Let
you get back- Back to cooking.
Yummy.
I love your backsplash. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Bye, baby girl.
Bye.
Yay! How fun. So yeah, this is a whole new thing going on over here on Unsung Dreamers page. So on my feed, I see 5 or 6 of you over here. Awesome. But if you didn't hear any of that, I tried to turn my headphone to where you could hear some of that, but I don't think you could. But so if you're missing out and you feel like you're missing out on what the heck was just going on, go over to the Unsung Dreamers page. And that way you can get the full effect of the goodness.
Also, for those of you still watching, if you're interested in being a guest on the show tonight,
good point.
Shoot us a quick message or private message, and we'll have your ass on the show spontaneous, just
Bam.
like that. We'll
just like that.
We'll figure it out, and within minutes, you can be on the Unsung Chat Live episode number 19.
And that's how we did that.
And yeah, the Machine Gun Groupies were like sisters, except for
you guys can see the comments too, so we're not laughing at anything you can't see.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I'll read that one out loud.
No?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Ready? I'm
You
going to
can
show it. Bam, there.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what he said.
Doug
right
Sims
there.
just left that comment.
Yeah,
The Machine Gun Symphony groupies were like sisters, except for the one Ty about beat the shit out of at what used to be cartoon.
Right on. Yeah, see what we can do with this new freaking softwares and this awesome. Yes, Tyler, he has a way with words. He's so eloquent.
What did I say?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I probably said something crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, So this is too much fun. This is too much fun. Yes, I just got a private message, so I need to probably look at that real quick. But go ahead, Dan. What's your next thought? What's your next thought?
We just got a message from someone who would like to be a guest, and we are going to accept that message, and we are going to have that guest on our show
now.
Right now.
Right now. Right now.
Yes.
Right now. Let me send her.
You don't even have to ask her.
All right, there you go. Let's
and
see if we can go from there.
I am glad she's hitting us up because she is someone that I also would like to talk to that also pertains to Doug Sims' questions about what kinds of things are happening in the music scene that has to do with the COVID-19. These concerning times. These concerning times. Troubling times.
We lost it. What was it?
What was
it? Uncertain times.
Uncertain times.
They're uncertain times. Right here.
Tyler has some cool news to share, and so I'm thinking here in just a little bit, Tyler, if you can stick around for a little bit, we will get your ass on and let you share this news you are referring to, because this is fun.
Yes, because I want to know. And we want to talk to Tyler a couple weeks ago anyway. And we just couldn't figure out how to do this stuff yet. This little interview type stuff.
Oh my gosh, you freaking throwing up the little message. Nice work.
What message?
Our new producer.
What I'm producing.
You put the Doug Sims comments up there.
I got this all figured out. See, I got my worth.
Put Tyler Weeks' message up there right now.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Look at that. Tyler Weeks just said he has some cool news to share. Look, it's got his little profile picture on it. Man, this is exciting. This is fun.
This is super fun. So you guys can see the logo. Where is it? It's right there. You guys can see the logo.
We're gonna change that.
To
the Unsung Dreamers logo.
But this is really super cool.
And so Tyler might be somebody we call here in a minute.
Absolutely. And we will see if our other person, she's trying. Okay.
There's a little button, Amy, or no, she's probably not listening.
No, but I'm going to tell you.
Whoops, I accidentally just gave away our special guest.
You got to talk. You talk to her.
Click the link. And copy it in your browser. Okay, so anyway, people over here on Tara's page, Nathan, Craig, all you guys over here, it's a much better show if you jump over to the Unsung Dreamers page. That's actually where we're doing the main show. Tara's only live right now to kind of like prime the pump for you to maybe hop over to the Unsung Dreamers page where we have actual guests. We are bringing in live guests and got some fun things happening over here that if you're watching on Tara's page, you're not going to see or hear some of the things that are happening on the other page. So if you want to jump over there, that would be cool.
Super cool. So yeah, this is all fun. This is all brand new. So it's a little.
We're still learning all this.
It might be a little awky because we're just still learning all this stuff. Excuse me. Oh, that was some White Claw. And look how it's forward. Look at this software too. It's forward.
Oh, that's the best part.
Yay, it's not backward. It's forward.
When we show stuff, it's not backwards.
Yeah, and look, our logo is wait this way. BBP. Backbeat Production Studio right there. Stephanie said she had to get a 20-year-old to help her get on. Our next guest is trying, so we'll see what happens here. So we're gonna continue to try. In the meantime, until we see our next guest show up, maybe you can help her out too. Happy graduation, because like tomorrow is May 1st. May Day. And then graduation happens like in a couple weeks, like actual literal graduation. And the class of 2020 is going to go down in history of the class that didn't get their prom, they didn't get their graduation, they didn't get all their stuff. Now, I will say that, however, there are so many of these graduations that will be happening later in the summer from what I'm hearing. So yay, they still get their celebrations and all that stuff.
They're going to do like a thing where they can walk and stuff?
I believe so. It's like July, August they're looking at. So
man, I don't know, guys. Class of 2020. I don't even remember my graduation. I just don't know if it's that big a deal. Like, don't beat yourself up over it. It's actual graduation ceremony is not really that big.
So, what I've been telling Dan for the last couple of weeks.
I didn't care. I didn't.
Okay, our guest is in the queue. All right, so hang on. What I've been telling Dan the last several weeks is that I'm not demeaning the fact that there's graduation and graduating ceremonies and all this goodness. But when I was in high school, graduating high school is what you did. It wasn't a big fucking deal.
Well, yeah. No,
it was
so
like
you're agreeing with me.
I'm totally agreeing with you because it was
Yay, we agree.
Yay! We don't get to fight tonight. Damn it. But it was just what we did. Like everybody's like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." It was like,
and I think more than 50% of people that go to prom have like horrible memories about prom. So I don't really know that missing prom is that big a deal.
Mama, go back to Unsung.
I don't know a whole lot of people that like, have really wonderful prom memories. So I don't know that missing that one was that big a deal. Anyway.
I have fun prom memories, but hi, Bono. There's more fun happening over on Unsung Dreamers. If you go over to Unsung Dreamers.
Go to Unsung Dreamers.
Same with you, Mama Gail. So just saying
yes,
that.
because we're getting ready to have a special guest
we
over
have a
on
guest.
the show.
She's backstage right now.
She's backstage.
She's ready.
We can see her waving at us, but you
She's
can't.
there. She's drinking.
So here we are. Drum roll, please.
Coffee.
You guys all know we've loved her forever. She's been a part of the Unsung Dreamers podcast for
Marcy,
a very
go over
long
to
time.
Unsung Dreamers.
She was a part of all of our live feed interviews that we did and was our wonderful bartender from Shaker's Bartending Services and Just One More in Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, Amy O.
Amy O! Woo! There she is.
Hey, guys.
There she is.
There she is.
She's
Yay!
just a little Amy O, how are you doing, baby?
I'm exhausted. How are you?
You are?
Mm-hmm.
You've been working all day again?
I'm here at
all
the
day
bar.
and night?
Yeah, pretty much. For the most part.
Are you still getting some good, kind of things going down there with your pay it forward and you're serving your food?
Yeah. So the pay it forward, we have raised a little over $2,200.
Ooh,
freaking awesome!
So that's really cool. Where's my camera? Like, I feel like
It's right in the center. It looks like it's right in the center, wherever that might be. And
I know, but like the angle, it's making me look weird.
So if you can lift it up and point it down a little bit, it's a bit more. It's more flattering. It's just more.
I'm on my iPad, so it's just gonna look weird.
And
it is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And if you can get closer to whatever your mic is, we need to hear you a little bit louder.
Can you not hear me?
We can hear you. Just if you can be a little bit louder.
Not well. Then.
Oh wait, maybe I can turn you up. Maybe
is that better?
Hang on. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Give her some volume.
Try that.
Give her some volume. More.
I just did.
I want more. Whoop. There you go.
How about that? Right now. There we go.
Yeah, we're good.
Much better.
Cheers. Cheers.
Hi, Cindy, over here. I'm talking to people on my feed. Go over to Unsung Dreamers. It's a way better show. We got more going on. We got Amy O over here, and you can't see it on my feed. You can only see it on Unsung Dreamers. So please go over there. Go over there. Go over there.
So Amy, is the $2,200 like still available, or has it all been spent and used up?
So this is kind of the conclusion that I came to. no, not all of that's available. That's really just basically what we've raised so far, which I feel really good about that. Like,
sure, heck yeah.
People shelling out money out of their own pocket and saying use it toward people that need it. So that's pretty awesome. But I need to balance it, to be honest. But I think we're probably sitting right around like 1,000. Here's the thing, though. For us, anybody that's in the service industry in Greene County, Springfield, they're still going to be out of jobs. So basically for like another 21 days, at least until they reassess the situation, whatever it is, they're still going to be out of jobs. So especially those people in this industry, they may very well need something at some point. If we run out, I'll let people know we've run out. So hopefully people can like help me keep that replenished. But even if we run out, even if like we have no money left and somebody says I need something, I'm still going to get it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we're going to roll with it.
Yeah. Yes.
So does the Republic have the same kind of new rules happening Monday that Springfield does?
So here's the funny thing. No, they don't. And I'm not really clear about all of those rules because we don't sit in the city. We sit in the county. So we're
Right.
whatever the county has released and the city of Springfield, basically, one is following suit with the other. That applies to us.
Mm-hmm.
So more than likely, I believe from what I understand that they'll be kind of like loosening the reins in Republic. But I sit right outside of Republic.
Right.
So that doesn't apply.
Then your jurisdiction is Greene County,
Yes.
not the cities, either one. So then what do you do? Is there a county thing that's happening, or is it strictly city, or do you go by what Missouri said? Because the state of Missouri loosened it up quite a bit.
So it's oftentimes like what it is in the wedding industry. So in the wedding industry, we have to pull permits regardless of where we work. Makes sense? So even though I personally, as a business, sit in Greene County, we would have to pull permits for an event that maybe sits in Taney County.
Yeah.
So everybody's got to follow their own, local mandate. So if you sit within the city limits of Springfield, you have to follow that. If you sit in Greene County, but you're not in any city, you have to follow that.
Yeah.
So it's really just, it's kind of convoluted. Like everybody was so excited when the governor said, hey, we're going to loosen the reins. We're going to kind of like slowly open up and we'll go into phase 1. And everybody was sending me messages like immediately like, hey, you're going to open. And that's not the case.
Right.
We're not.
Right.
We have to wait.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
21 more days.
Well, okay.
Oh.
It's just a matter of opinions. Like everybody has their opinions. Like just everybody has assholes. But I think it's just like just roll with it. Everybody needs to just roll with it the best we can. And
change it. We could just modify how we operate and maximize, what we're doing.
So do you have any, what do you have when it comes to like where if anybody wants to just donate? Do you have a Venmo? Do you have a PayPal? Do you have anything like that going on that people could just throw you a couple bucks?
I have a PayPal, but I mean, honestly, like realistically, I've got a credit card machine too. Even if somebody can't make it here and they say, hey,
just run my card.
Put so much money. Yeah, we can actually just run the card.
Yeah, the phone calls still work.
Yeah, still paying for that every month. But that totally works. So I mean, they can call me, they can drop a check by, they can drop cash by. It's really whatever.
Have you been able to get any of that delicious fried cauliflower in yet?
Oh, I don't have the cauliflower. I taste it. You see the new menu?
There's no cauliflower on the new menu?
Oh, no.
Amy, that's going to have to change.
I replaced it with, okay, so the new items are like a grilled chicken, which is phenomenal.
Yay.
It's so good. But then we have a spinach artichoke bite, which is insane. We have Southwest egg rolls.
Delightful.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm gonna push to get the cauliflower back, and when it's on the new menu, it needs to say Dan's cauliflower.
We'll do it. We'll just name foods after.
Fair enough. Name it after people. Yeah.
We'll name foods after you.
If y'all were watching like our live stuff, we made a run. I don't know how many weeks, 3, 4. We've lost track of time, but 3 or 4 weeks ago we made a run to Just One More and got some deliciousness. So yeah. That was nice.
Oh my God, that was such a fun night.
That was a fun night.
It was super fun.
And I know you don't like to brag on yourself, but I mean, I'm going to try to brag on you. Just make sure my facts are straight. You've been down there almost every day, and almost pushing, what, 12, 14 hours. You stay late so people can still come get some food and get some drinks. And you've kind of been alone. And then one of my favorite things is that there are people that can log into your jukebox and play you songs. Is that correct?
There totally is. As long as it's range. So there's a jukebox app. It's called Touch Tunes. And when you log in, it actually shows, if you're in range, it shows the bar's name. So they can actually get on the bar and play whatever music. So like if they're close to where we are, like they're sitting at their house on their they're just playing me random music. And I'm not gonna lie, like that keeps me going.
I bet.
Has it ever scared the shit out of you though? Like you're just like working and it's quiet, and then all of a sudden like Back in Black comes on or something.
Yeah, it absolutely does. You know what though? Like I've had a lot of people, because I love Shinedown. Like I'm a huge Shinedown person, and I've had a lot of people just playing a ton of Shinedown songs, and so I'm like, I love them. So yeah, it scares the shit out of me. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Like when it's all quiet in here, and then all of a sudden, like I had forgotten to turn the jukebox down, and the level's still really high. Like it blares, and it's the best feeling in the world. It is.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on, Amy. It was so good to see you.
We just had a quick comment. We just had a quick comment from Shane Jennings. He says, "Is the statute of limitations passed for pressing charges in the Bud Light barstool theft?"
Oh my God.
That's how we met Amy.
That was the best crime ever committed.
The best crime ever committed. We got away with it.
It did. It brought me to you guys.
For some of you newbies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I love you so much. Keep going, doing what you're doing. I love
Thanks,
you.
Amy. You too. You keep going, doing what you're doing. We'll see you very,
You guys
very
check Amy O out down at Just One More and Shaker's Bartending Services. She'll take donations for giving out food to other people, and you can also buy some
Just
of
buy some
her
good stuff.
delicioso food. Even though she doesn't have the cauliflower anymore, my bigger point was she has some awesome, beautiful tasting food.
Can you also do drinks too? Are you doing
Oh
drinks?
my God, yeah, we're doing drinks to go.
Yay, drinks to go.
too.
There you go.
Sending out Bloody Marys.
Woo!
They
all
can do
kinds of
mixed
stuff.
drinks now.
It's
Yes.
so funny because like I have little to-go shot glasses too. So basically they have to order food and then I can send them away with a drink. But I'm like, I got a Patron, let's do this. And
Oh God, that's fantastic.
So much
Okay,
fun.
cool. There you go. Love you, Amy O.
Thank you, Amy O.
That's Amy O, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Good to
sweetheart.
see you, baby.
You too.
Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I love having these guests. I'm so excited right now. I'm
gotta
so
change your
excited
ticker.
right now. I'm gonna change it. I know, I'm on it, bro.
You need to put something on there like coming soon. Russian.
What?
Operative.
Really? Okay, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna make a note over. Anybody watching my feed, go over to Unsung Dreamers because there's a lot more fun happening. If you're watching my feed and you're like, "What in the freaking hell is going on over here?" They're talking to somebody.
It won't make sense unless you
Jump
go
over to
Unsung Dreamers Facebook page and log in over there because that's where the action is. So
what did you mean by? Do you want me to make a new banner? What's going on?
yeah, do a banner that says coming up.
Okay.
Something about a Russian operative.
Really? Okay. I don't have a clue what this means.
We're gonna end. We're gonna come close to ending the show.
I got a segment to do. Or do you want to?
Oh yeah, you want to
know.
do that? No, yeah, I'm not. This is something that's later. We're only at like an hour 18 right now. So
And we'll fucking keep going too. If
you don't have to do this banner. That means informative.
Really? Is that what you want me to say? Because I'll do it.
It might get people to stay tuned in. All right, yes, let's go on to a new segment of the show that has to do a little bit more probably with you, but I'll jump in if I want to tear someone a new asshole. That's what I'll do. I'll tear in if that's what I want to do.
Well, ask and ye shall receive. So I posted a video. What am I doing?
A couple days ago.
I posted a video while I was driving home from work, and I sent it out last week about new ideas and new thoughts, and you guys came through in droves. It was fantastic. So this week I sent out a video and asked, I just wanted to try it to see what would happen if you guys wanted to hear our love advice our relationship advice. So I put out the video, and guess what?
Because we're so perfect.
On blue paper, Tom Hembry, I got responses. I got about 2 or 3, but I'm gonna read 2 if that's okay.
Yes, okay.
And Dan hasn't seen these or read these. Again, if you're on my page, Unsung Dreamers is the better place, but that's okay. You can stay there too. So Dan hasn't seen these.
I've not.
And I picked 2 of them because one didn't make any fucking sense. So I picked 2, and these are random. One of them didn't even sign their name. The other one did. So
keeping them quasi. What do they call it? Anonymous.
Anonymous. And then that's what I said in the video too. If you don't want to do it publicly in the comments, then just send me a message, and they did. So this first one.
Okay, so is there a name for our new segment? Did you already say that?
We need suggestions.
Is it like Ask Tara, or
we
is
should.
it like
Hi, Jeremy.
Love Advice?
Hi, Michelle. Hi, baby girl. I know he's having problems with his headphones.
Dude, I got it figured out now, bro.
Oh, look at that. You look all suave. Look at that.
Dude, I am.
All right. You need a feather.
Frank Sinatra now, bro.
Feather.
It's fucking perfect.
So this is our new segment.
Well, now there's an issue with the glasses. See,
I know. Look at you're all crooked. We need a name for this segment. So this is like, is it Dear Tara? Is it Dear Dan and Tara? Is it Dear Unsung? Is it, what should we call this? Because this is like relationship / love advice, or we're just going to slam you for writing us anyway.
Maybe it should be, I hate that guy, Dan. And then the question goes to you.
Why is it all about you?
It's going to be
it's always about Dan. All right. So
I thought the self-deprecation would be like.
That's not self-deprecation. You deprecated me.
Get your shit together,
Get your shit together. Yes, that's right, Michelle. All right. Our first letter. Dear Unsung Dreamers. They didn't know how to title it any other way. I'm a terribly jealous guy. I know it, but I don't know how to stop being that way. Anything my girlfriend does, I wonder if she's telling me the truth. I always wonder where she is, and if she doesn't text me back in 5 minutes, I have actually gone to her place to see if I can find something out. Should I ask to see her phone? I've tried to look through it without asking, but she never leaves it on the table or anything. This is my favorite line. I'm 18 and she's 17, and I'm wondering if I'm wondering if this is how I'm going to be my whole life. Signed, Chris in Springfield, Missouri. Oh, oops. P.S. Don't read my name on here.
Well, you didn't read the last name.
No. So you're an extremely jealous guy, and you're. Hey, Krista says, one of my exes. I don't know. Is he 18, Krista? I don't know. So extremely jealous. Dan, you take that first. You take it first. I mean, really. I'm 18 and she's 17.
Do 18 and 17? Well, I was gonna try to make a point. Like, does shit actually happen that freaking soon? But I remember being a little jealous when I was 17, 18.
You and I were both married at 18 and 19.
Not to each other.
Not to each other. No.
But yeah, bro.
I'd say chill the fuck out is what I would say. I mean, you're 18. If first of all, there's a lot that's not going on in this letter. It's like, what is she doing? Is she doing anything to cause this? Are you doing something that makes you think she might be doing something? I mean, there's a lot of factors here that we don't have a clue. We don't have a clue.
We don't really have to have a clue. I don't think we have to have a clue.
All right. So what's your thought?
I just think, first of all, like, well, no, I guess we do have to have a clue.
Do we? Yeah, we need to know if.
I mean, if she's a fucking bitch and causing you to go insane, then I can understand why maybe that's got something to do with why you're always so jealous all the time. But if you're always so jealous all the time, it means you've got some things going on that has to do with, like, your confidence.
Maybe you're doing something, right?
Because if you were confident, you would probably have the ability to not stress out so much about a situation like this and just dump her ass. That's what I say.
And that's
or if she's freaking awesome and you're the one that's freaking weird, then you're going to have to learn really, really fast that that's a problem of yours.
Right.
And try to come up with some sort of a way to work on that.
To deal with it.
I don't know.
The thing that looks like to me is that he starts out the letter with, "I'm a terribly jealous guy." Like he knows he's jealous already.
To admit that you're a terribly jealous
18.
guy, though, just right out of the gate is like there's self-esteem issues there, which may or may not be his fault.
Right.
That's the problem.
True.
Sometimes a kid of 18 years of age could have self-esteem issues that like may have just come from or birthed in something that was not really necessarily his fault.
Possibly.
And so that would be, but the bigger thing is, even though you're young, 17, 18, these kinds of things, it's something to already start. When you become 18, it's time to be a man. It's time to be an adult. And part of being an adult doesn't just include learning how to drive and learning how to smoke and having your first beer. It also includes with, am I fucked up? Because if I am, I should probably get some help through my friends or my family or maybe even
or through a podcast called Unsung Dreamers.
I mean, maybe. I mean, those are the kind of things that like do actually pop up at the age of 18 to 20, anywhere around there.
And this is a good time to sort that shit out because, if he's 18 and she's 17, then this is young, this is youth. It's probably really love and all this goodness.
I will say this, it's actually somewhat unusual for an 18-year-old to be able to admit that he's a jealous guy.
To write into a random podcast by a couple of almost 50-year-olds, yeah. So
Well,
I don't know.
Well,
so
I'm just saying it's already a decently good deal that somebody could acknowledge at 18 that they are a jealous guy. There's some hope there.
Right.
Because a lot of jealous guys do not ever admit it. All they do is put everyone in their life through fucking hell before, finally ending up in the loony bin. I don't know. It's just, it's stupid.
Yeah, I think Stormy had a good point. She's like, control is a narcissistic tendency. That's true. So, dude, if you're watching right now and you feel like you're needing to control a lot of stuff, then the fact that you're writing and the fact that you already recognize yourself as a terribly jealous guy, then you're on the right track to healing. So to get all serious pants on us here, you're on the right track to trying to be better, right? What do you think?
Yes, I think Krista makes a good point too, that being an adult means caring enough about people to know that when your issues are hurting, put that on the screen.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to put that on the screen.
Krista's on
right
the screen.
there.
Being an adult means that caring enough about people to know when your own issues are hurting them and to not allow that to happen.
Right. I love you, Michelle. Okay, we have one more letter. We had three, but I'm gonna only do two.
If that one's flushed out, but
I think that's flushed out. I think that's
you did accidentally say his name was Chris.
Yes, and then he put the PS
Chris,
afterwards.
but he didn't. We're not saying his last name.
Oopsie. But
Anyway, Chris, you can even read some of these comments because
the comments are good too.
I'll commend you a little bit that you can at least admit there's issues with your jealousy at the young age. You're an awfully young man. Those are some heavy lyrics for such a young man. To be able to admit that you're a jealous guy.
Hi, Sherry.
But at the same time, your journey is just now beginning on trying to not be a fucking jealous guy.
Right.
Try to not be that
Just
guy.
don't. Just don't.
Some of it's going to require feeling better about yourself.
That's true.
And dealing with whatever it is that's caused you to be that jealous of a guy. Because if this is a situation where your girl is awesome and you love being with her, there's nothing to be jealous about. There's nothing to be threatened about. However, I'm going to say one more thing, Chris. If you're a stupid son of a bitch who is cheating on her and who is texting other girls and doing all this crazy shit with her, and that's the very reason why you just want to project your project your accusations onto her,
Truth.
well, then you're a stupid son of a bitch.
And get it straight.
Fix
it.
Thanks for your email and go away.
Okay. That's a good point. This is very interesting.
I'm not proud of my answer. I'm just saying.
No, it's okay. It's just your answer.
It was the answer.
It's your answer, though, you know.
Coming up, a Russian operative informant.
I don't know what that means. So I'm excited to find out what that freaking means. All right, we have one more. So if you are interested in our advice in your relationship situation,
of any kind.
it can be love. It can be hi Tom. It can be parents. It can be sister and brother. I don't care. Boss. I don't care what it is. Give us a write on Unsung Dreamers Facebook page or unsungdreamers@gmail.com. Anywhere.
All right, let's get on to the next letter.
Okay. All right, because we're going long here. All right. So second letter. Dear Unsung. It's almost like I say she because I read it earlier, but it's almost like she knows this personally. Dear Unsung, I've been dating a guy for about 3 months. And since the stay-at-home order, we've been practically living together in my place. I'm okay with that for the most part because we truly get along very well, but neither of us was truly ready for the big move-in together thing. My question is, after all this is over, is it okay for me to ask him to move back into his place? Or are we now officially living together? Sincerely, not quite ready in Springfield. P.S. He also thinks it's okay to use my toothbrush.
What the? What?
They've been dating for 3 months. So 3 months ago, what would that be? Early January. But since the stay-at-home order, they've been practically living together in my place. She doesn't say anything about where they work or anything. I'm okay with that for the most part because we truly get along very well, but neither of us was truly ready for the big move-in together thing. My question is, after all this, is it okay for me to ask him to move back into his own place, or are we now officially living together?
This is a no-brainer. It's totally cool to tell him to get his ass
Get
out.
the fuck out! Get the fuck out!
Well, I mean...
It sounds easy, doesn't it?
No, well, it sounds harsh because if they were together, she's not necessarily saying she's totally unhappy with him. She's maybe just asking, like, I just don't know if I want to live with him.
Right.
I was in
the
midst of that decision before this kind of all went down, and apparently they've played by the rules and just went ahead and hunkered down. That's fine, but if you are questioning it at all, then that is it. That's the decision. It's amazing how much we will in relationships question, and still not actually go ahead and say something and do something about it.
Right.
What? It's the weirdest damn thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because yeah, he's probably a gamer.
I put that up there because Chris has said, I bet $300 he's a gamer.
There's no doubt about it.
They didn't say any ages or anything, but 3 months dating, and then this freaking order hit. Anyway, I don't know. I think it's totally okay to say, hey, bro.
I think especially in a new relationship, if there's any questions at all or any doubts or any reason to even write us something you want an answer on, I would think that in and of itself means shit ain't right yet, and maybe it will be later. Maybe it'll work out later.
I don't think it means breakup.
I don't think it means break
right,
up.
But it just means like, let's go back to where we were.
That if you feel like you're not ready for that, you can still feel that after this pandemic is over with and be like, hey, yo, bro, hey, we sort of got stuck together because of some things. But I kind of would like to go back to, us not living together and then kind of start over maybe to a certain extent and see how things go from there. I don't... Communicate. Yes, of course.
I love some of these comments. These are great. I'm going to show that one, Stormy. That's a great one.
Great point. I'm so glad I now have a relationship. I don't stew or question the bullshit.
Sister!
It's
Amen,
all out
sister.
there. We mesh. That right there is where you should feel like you are.
Yes.
And if you don't feel that way in a relationship where you don't have to stew and question and worry, this kind of even pertains to the last email we read, or message or whatever we got. When you start feeling like you've got to stew or question shit, you're already up shit creek without a paddle. You're already up shit creek without a paddle.
Yep.
And it's almost impossible to fucking get out of that situation without just, I don't know, deciding to be a big asshole and taking off one day with no warning. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
But I'll tell you.
Is Amy putting a dating bio? What's going on here with Amy? Let's see. You guys can see these comments too, but I love highlighting a few of them on here. Christy had a good one too. I'm going to put that one up too. You have to communicate. Boundaries are something to talk about in the beginning of the relationship. If you can't talk now, then it will backfire on you 100%. Because what happens, and I'm guilty of it myself, many people portray something they think someone wants to see or hear, and then that completely backfires on you later in life if you, quote, fall in love. But then they're falling in love with a false you, and you can't do that. Ooh, that's a good song, too, from Flick. That's a good song.
Oh, yeah. Flick wrote a song called False
That was totally by accident.
Might have been about a little bit.
Is somebody wanting us to call them?
No, fuck Toby Wright.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on there. Don't put your phone number on there.
Don't start your shit.
Stop it.
Don't
Get out of
start
here.
your shit.
I wonder if I can.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Go ahead. Go on.
And block him.
So anyway, yeah. So yeah, there's our love segment or our relationship segment or whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please message us. You can do it anonymously. And obviously that one was kind of tongue-in-cheek with the whole PS. Don't put my name in there because he put it in a PS. But anyway, it was completely like, anyway, he wanted to. So send us a
Stormy makes
message.
another good point, though, because one thing that I think everybody needs a little bit of reassurance on is, like she's saying right here, sometimes people are actually very desperate about not wanting to feel alone or be alone.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they'll make decisions to just at least have the companionship, and sometimes they will sacrifice like what their personal fulfillment or happiness or joy or anything else is, because they just don't actually want to sit at home alone. And I'm not talking about a pandemic with COVID-19. I'm talking about for as long as I've been alive, almost 50 years, I have met a lot of people who will just be with somebody for the simple fact that they don't want to be alone.
Yep. Yes.
And
that's
that decision can, in a long term, get you in so much trouble. And even Stormy there is talking about, I'll never do that again, because there is an electricity and a magic and an awesomeness that can happen between you and somebody that will feel like nothing else you've ever felt before. And you won't have to sit and question whether or not he's allowed to bring his clothes over and hang them on your fucking closet rod. I'm telling you, when the motherfucker shows up at your house and starts hanging his clothes on your closet rod, you better start getting concerned, especially if you're not ready for that. This pandemic question over here, now that's kind of a unique case. I don't really know what's going on there, but these sons of bitches will date you twice and then show up in your goddamn driveway and start bringing clothes on hangers. They're not even fucking packed. They're not even in like an airport like bag that you zip up the center. They don't even have them ready to go. They're just laying in the back seat. They're stupid ass pink button up Oxfords and khaki pants. And they're bringing their khaki pants and their stupid ass pink Oxfords to your fucking house, and they're hanging them on your closet rod. And as soon as they start hanging them on your closet rod, bitch, you are in trouble. If you're not ready to have some khaki pants hanging in your closet rod, you better say something quick. You better say something real quick and get that shit taken care of right away. way. Otherwise, you'll be looking at that same pair of khaki pants 12 years later, and you'll be writing us letters going, what did I do? How did this happen? And you'll be talking to your girlfriends at your goddamn fucking job, and you'll just be like, I can't stand this motherfucker. His tan khaki pants are hanging in my closet, and they've been there since 1993. What the fuck am I gonna do? And then your friends are like, leave his ass. And they're like, it's not that simple. Listen, I will give girls one warning. Don't let them khaki pants come in your house. Don't let them fucking khaki pants come in your house and hang on your goddamn closet rod. I'm telling you right now, as soon as those khaki pants hang on your closet rod, you're going to be in trouble right there. That's going to be the tell-all right there. If a flat screen TV comes in right after the khaki pants, oh goddamn, you are going to have a hard time getting out of that relationship. Don't let it happen to you. Don't let it happen to you.
Don't let it happen.
You know, just don't. Just don't.
Just don't.
If you see this boyfriend that you've only been dating 2 weeks coming up your driveway with a khaki pants on a hanger and a flat screen TV, just run to your garage real quick and grab the last gallon paint that you have in your garage. Just grab some of you girls are so worried about like the confrontation, and I understand that. So just do something weirder than that. So run to the garage and be like, the last time I painted in my house was my living room. I thought it was a really cool coffee color. It was beautiful. I still have 3/4 of a gallon in the garage. Go get that gallon.
Go get it.
And when he comes up to the front porch and up to the front door of your house, just buckle that fucking lid off of that gallon and open the door and dump it on his head. And just be like, that was an accident. And he'll get it. He will get it. He'll be like, that was not an accident. You don't want me to bring my khaki pants in and hang them on your closet rod, do you? And you got a little paint on my TV, so I'm going to turn around and put my shit back in my car, and I'm going to drive off because you're a crazy bitch. That's what you need to do. You need to make him realize that you're just a crazy bitch that just dumped tan coffee paint on his head before he even had a chance to hang his khaki pants on your closet rod. Don't let a motherfucker hang his khaki pants on your closet rod unless you are just fucking crazy in love with him. That's what I would tell you right there.
That's a good thing. Good job.
Just dump paint on him.
Dump paint on
If you don't have paint, grab your wasp spray. Do you have some? Do you have some wasp spray? You don't have to go out and get a special can of mace. Just go grab the bug spray. Ants, roaches, wasps. Do you have any of that under the sink? Just open the front door and just spray wasp spray right in his face.
Right in his face.
And that'll probably give him the message that you don't want to talk, you don't want to have a confrontation, and you don't want your khaki pants hanging on your closet rod. If you don't want his khaki pants on your closet rod, spray him with some wasp spray.
It's almost better than mace.
All right, let's think about wrapping up soon.
Okay, I don't want to wrap. I'm having so much fun.
Well, I know, but we got to go.
Okay, so we have a bunch of people over here on my feed, and I'm going to tell you again, go over to Unsung Dreamers. It's a lot better show over here because there's all kinds of fun graphics and goodness going on over here. We had special guests and all kinds of stuff. So what's you put this coming up, a Russian operative informant. What's this mean? What does this mean?
I don't know. It's coming. I want to find out. Here's what I want to say is we're getting close.
To what?
I don't think you would get an assault charge if you don't paint on somebody. Maybe the wasp spray.
I'll be back.
Michelle, I might agree with you on getting an assault charge for spraying someone in the face with wasp spray or ant spray or roach spray. But I don't think you could get an assault charge on just dumping a gallon of paint over their head. I mean, because that would be like the most insulting, weird-ass thing. Like, if a dude was like all into a girl and he shows up at her house and she literally dumps paint on her head, on his head. Like just regular latex house paint right out of the gallon. Wouldn't that dude just be like, what the hell was that? I don't think he would even want to talk. You can't be covered in paint and like wipe it out of your eyes and then be like, hey, babe, are you wanting to talk about something? No, you wouldn't do that. You would just march right back to your dumb car with your dumb khaki pants on a hanger and your dumb flat screen that's actually old, and you would just drive off. Yeah, she was talking about the wasp spray. That's kind of what I think. The wasp spray might be too much. Don't do the wasp spray. Sorry about that. But I'm just saying, be weird. Just be weird. Nobody needs to yell.
Yeah,
and be
he's not
confrontational.
recommending. He's not recommending an assault charge against you.
3rd-degree assault, according to the Missouri Revised Statutes.
Thank you, Tyler. I'm gonna put that one up there.
To spray. Tyler says, according to the Missouri Revised Statutes, that would be a 3rd-degree assault. To spray wasp spray in somebody's face?
What if it was self-defense? Is there the castle doctrine? Do we have that?
Okay, all right. Fuck the wasp. All right. Fuck the wasp spray. Forget I even said that.
All right, fair enough.
Spray silly string on them.
Right.
Well, some guys might think that was playful.
Totally. And they'll be like, they'll take it the wrong fucking way.
Okay, I got it. Spray that great stuff on them.
Oh.
Ooh, how about that?
It goes.
Yes. Go to Home Depot and get that stuff that's made for insulation. And then when they show up, spray that on them, because that shit is sticky and it is awful. And I don't think it would be an assault charge. I think the police would just be like, what the hell are you doing spraying like great stuff on your 3-week boyfriend that just tried to put his khaki pants on your closet rod?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Michelle just nailed it. She's like, can you not just say no fucking way, not happening?
Michelle, you have become such a strong woman. You're so cute. Because I don't think you could do that 10 years ago.
Oh, he always has a way to do that.
Oh, did I just say that?
You did.
But she's going to come right back and be like, you couldn't either. I get it.
Oh, that's right. No khakis. Oopsie.
No
so
khakis.
what is a Russian operative?
All right, I wanted to say really quick, because we probably ought to think about wrapping up soon. Send a message to the Russian operative. Tyler Weeks, you're still on. Yes, you do. If you're still on, I want to spend more time with you than we have right now. And so if your special announcement could possibly wait until next Thursday, that would be fantastic. Let me know if it can. And that would be cool, because I don't want to cut you short, because I know you've got some cool stuff potentially in the works.
Yes. And even future. So just quick, while we're getting connected with the Russian operative,
I want some time with Tyler Weeks.
Yes.
I don't want to just
we don't want to just throw him on for a second. Yeah.
And we did kind of gab. No problem, pal. Let's have Tyler Weeks on next week.
Okay, let's just plan it.
Thanks, buddy.
Plan it, and we'll get you on, and we'll do this fun stuff here. And just another quick thing is that last Thursday was my mom's birthday, and as our tradition, Dan and I go to Waffle House for my mom's birthday. Okay, side note, if you don't know, she passed away in 2013, January of 2013. And so every April 25th, we go to Waffle House and have some dinner or some breakfast or whatever the hell we're doing, whatever time we go there. And Waffle House is closed. All the Waffle Houses in town are closed. So we ended up at Cracker Barrel, but we kept the tradition alive. I posted on my Facebook and everything was awesome. So I want to thank Dan for that. But I also want to thank Dan for later that evening cooking up a batch of my family's sauce, Italian, it's gravy, but somebody said baby gravy earlier, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's our Italian sauce from our family, our Puglisi family, and he cooked up some spaghetti and meatballs, great, amazing meatballs. So I want to give kudos to my baby boy on my mommy's birthday.
Oh, thanks.
And I also want to say condolences to the family of Harold Reed, who is the bass singer for the Statler Brothers. He passed away the 24th. And I opened for them for like 5 years. And so it was sad to hear that. He was 80 and he was an amazing, amazing human being. They treated me like freaking gold. It's this one right here. They treated
He was the
me
one
like
that sang
gold.
all the bass.
Yes. He was the bass singer. He was the main comedian of the group. He was the funny guy. His brother was the straight guy of the comedic acts. And then they just sang their asses off, and they treated me amazingly for 5 years while I was on the road with them. So, Harold, where's he at? There, there it is.
This suave
This
guy
one.
right
That
here.
suave guy back there. He passed away on the 24th. So condolences to the family, and rest in peace, funny man. So, okay, I think we have our operative, don't we?
Do we?
I think, look at this.
All right, we're going to start closing it down.
I don't even know what's going on. We have a Russian operative here.
For
If you're
those of
over on
you-
my page, go to Unsung Dreamers because you're missing out. There's an interview happening over here. Thank you. That's right, Heather, over there. Yep. Go to. He's gone now. Where'd he go?
All right.
Where'd he go? Our operative disappeared. There he is. He's coming back. He's
Okay.
coming back. So
Is that his name?
so anybody on my page,
Sukablaft.
please go click on the link that's on my page to Unsung Dreamers post because you're
It'll
missing
just
out.
make more sense.
It'll make more sense because
It'll make more sense.
I can't tell you. Anyway,
So we've been able to contact a Russian operative informant,
really?
who is ahead of the game on everything.
Seriously?
Yeah, that everything. I mean, you want answers on politics or COVID-19
Wow.
or whether or not Santa exists. Okay, we got the guy. We contacted the guy.
Seriously?
He is going to be on our show literally any second now, and we will kind of get his take on some of the modern day issues we're having in our world.
Are we ready?
Okay. Should you drink Clorox or not? This guy might be able to answer the question.
What's his name?
Are you there? Are you there?
Hey, hang on. Oh wow! Hi.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Suka.
Suka, hello.
How are you, bud? Can you talk to us a little bit through your, are things bad over there? I mean, you got the full mask.
Yeah,
What was that again, Suka?
yeah,
Yes,
Yes.
things are bad. Things are bad.
very much,
Yes?
good sir.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about how things are going and, whether or not your mask is, don't take that off, Suka.
I'm in a safe room.
Oh, so now we can hear you?
Yes,
What are you breathing in, bad things or what's going on? No, you're okay. Give us a little day. Tell us a little bit of the day in the life, Suka Blate.
it's Suka Black.
Blat. Sorry.
Sorry, our bad.
Don't kill me.
We don't know the Russian language very well. I'm sorry.
Tell me a little something about the life of Suka Blat.
Well, I go to work every day, and I put on the mask so that I don't die. There's a lot of bombs going off here. Everything is pretty much smoke.
Yeah?
Whenever I'm walking to work, I see a lot of bicycles that are laying on the ground and craters in the ground from bombs, and then a bunch of dead people everywhere. And then this doctor will walk by in the mask, and he's like, "Hey, do you have coronavirus? Because if you do, I'll take you back to my hospital." And I'm like, "No, can you tell?" And there's a lot of things going on here in Soviet Russia.
Suka,
Sorry.
are you living in 2020 or are you from the past? Where are there bombs going off
Right.
that you're
In
having so much
Soviet
trouble
Russia.
Oh shit, one just went off right out there.
someone asking how is Putin?
Putin is doing very good. He's out in the office right now. He's actually in Moscow. I'm here in Soviet. But he's out in Moscow in his little place. No one knows. He doesn't tell us that stuff.
Suka, does Putin like Toy Story 1, 2, or 3?
2.
2.
2? Why does he like 2? Has he told you why he likes Toy Story 2?
Because he's insane.
Oh no! Oh no! Gosh, you're going.
All right, Suka.
Oh no! We lost contact. We lost contact with Suka. Oh my gosh!
We're gonna.
I hope he's okay.
We're gonna have to have Suka again sometime.
I know. You never know what's gonna happen on the Unsung Dreamers Unsung Chat podcast.
Oh my gosh.
We are pushing 2 hours. This is so much fun though. I just don't want to quit.
Yeah, let's think about wrapping it up. I wanted to say one more quick thing. I know it's about me again. Kind of. It's not really meant to be about me. It's meant to be about people who have enjoyed I guess my contribution to the musical world throughout the years. But since this pandemic and these uncertain times, of course, we all kind of agree that Easter kind of got like steamrolled.
Yeah, it
and
disappeared.
Almost like nothing super special happened in regards to Easter. But I just personally wanted to thank several people who shared a song that was on the first record I recorded with Johnny P. Public called As I Pray. My brother Barney Fritz shared it. We've talked about him before. My amazing mother shared it, and we are working on getting an interview put together with her. Maybe it would be like a Mother's Day interview. That might be kind of fun since her birthday was an April birthday, and she had to kind of have one of those like shit birthdays because nobody was allowed to be together. So we're going to try to figure out a way to remedy all of that kind of stuff, which I think would be like pretty cool. And but I just thought it would be cool to just throw my thanks out. Tom Hembry, actually, it wasn't necessarily Easter related, but Tom Hembry just recently shared the Extraordinary album from Johnny Key Public, which I thought was really cool. Darren Smelzer shared it on Easter Day, and that was cool. Matt Richards actually didn't necessarily share it, but he left some comments that were actually super cool. And it's so fun to see Easter roll in every year and see people share this song, As I Pray, that was on the record. I think one thing I was going to just throw out there too, though, is that some people have an idea of where that song kind of came from, and not a lot of people get it, like the direct story of how that song came about. But for those of you who know and some of you that don't, I was in a band a long time ago, back in 1990. How long ago was that? 36 years? 26? No, 26? No, wait.
This is 2020, so 1990 is 30.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
One of the guys in that band, his name was Brad Thornton. He was doing a lot of writing at that time, just very privately and just like on his own. And so he was had all this poetry. He was tragically taken from us in a car accident. And obviously our band was over with, but we were left with pages and pages and pages of things that he had written. Now, he wrote a specific lyric in that song that a lot of people loved, but he was writing it about himself. He wasn't actually writing it about Easter. He wasn't writing it about the Garden of Gethsemane. He was not writing it about Jesus and his perspective towards his Father when it came to contemplating and dealing with the fact that he started to accept he had to die for our sins. These lyrics were actually written for himself. Brad was writing for himself. when he said, "Father, keep me in your presence. Don't let me fall away, for my lack of understanding is impatient and demanding." Long story short, I took that particular phrase that came from a long poem, but it was just a phrase. And then I, with the help of all of the people involved in our record, we all created this song that sort of started around the core of that couple of lines that Brad wrote back in the late 1980s. And it became a song called As I Pray. And it gets shared on my page every year by all kinds of people when they think about the Easter story. And I just think that's really fun. And of course, I love it, but I don't feel like I did it all on my own. I had lots of people involved in that entire situation. Just wanted to throw a shout out to those of you that shared it and made comments and every year say things about it, because as my brother says, who he's not just saying it because I'm his brother, he's actually very, very, very well versed on musics of all genres and all types. He says it's the best Christian song that's ever been written. And I agree. But I didn't necessarily write the whole thing myself. Anyway.
That's cool. That's cool.
Just wanted to throw that out there. You got anything else?
We are right at 2 hours, and you have been so much fun. We've had guests on the show. Those of you on my feed, I'm sorry you missed it, but it's over on Unsung Dreamers. We had guests pop in. We had like a dual screen awesomeness happening. So next week, we might just strictly go with Unsung Dreamers. And so I want you all to remember that if you're over on my page, to go to Unsung Dreamers. We got it all figured out now. We got cool guests happening. We've got a special guest coming next week as well. And they're going to pop in. They're going to pop in right here, and it's going to be a split screen. So in the meantime, we've been at 2 hours. Thank you so much for sticking around. Also, if you want to throw us a bone, I know I don't like begging for money, but I'm not begging. I'm just going to tell you about patreon.com, patreon.com/unsungdreamers. And that's where you can just throw us a bone, or at PayPal, and you can just use unsungdreamers@gmail.com. And all this stuff is all on our website, unsungdreamers.com. So
it helps us get all this stuff going and make the show better. We're trying to make the show better for you. We tried some fun little ideas with our little banners and everything else. And thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with us. Chris Palmer's got her Talking Mad Shit starting at 10 o'clock. Tonight, if you missed them as live shows, Justin Larkin was on at 8 o'clock. Paralandra started at 7:30, playing a live show from Shuffle, which is pretty cool. I think Papa Green Shoes is doing something tonight live. I didn't catch what time, but obviously all of these live videos can still be watched later. And so go support all of them. There you go. Patreon.com/Unsung Dreamers. You can jump on there and just commit to throw us $1 or $2 or however much you want to try to help us keep this show going and keep it fun, keep it interesting, and keep it looking sexy.
With all the cool stuff.
I'm hearing from our Russian operative.
Really? Our Russian operative?
Yeah,
one more time?
I think he's...
Is he back?
Is he back? Oh, there he is!
Gosh, there he is!
Suka!
Suka's back!
Fellow Americans! Fellow Americans!
Hello!
We just went through a giant bombing. I don't know if everything is okay anymore.
What's going on? What's going on, Suka? We can hardly understand you.
There's many bombs going off. Is that craziness, Americans? Everything's going up, Americans.
Are you sure? Are you okay, Suka?
My helmet is not gonna do this.
Oh no! What's going on?
Are you really feel?
Oh!
Hey guys.
It's Mono Prince! Look at it! It's Mono Prince.
YOLO, my
Go to Unsung now. You'll get it. You'll get it. Go to Unsung now.
Plug your, you got some YouTube and some TikTok you want to plug real quick before we end the show?
Sure. TikTok, you can find me at Unwanted Biohazard. On Instagram, you can find me at bonbon_4920, and on YouTube, you can find me at Fritz Boy Games. So.
All right, man.
A lot of Fritz,
Good to
ladies and
see you,
gentlemen.
buddy. We'll see you tomorrow night for dinner.
Right.
That's the end of our show. Thank
Love
you
you
guys.
all.
I need to get on with the little bit of bombs that are going off. It's not a big deal.
It's a
I
beautiful.
will see you fellow
All right.
Americans in the next week.
Bye.
Bye. Say goodbye.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next week right here. Same time, same bat station, 7
Bye.
o'clock. Bye. Love you all. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.
Freeze.
Oh.
Freeze.
Freeze.